Let's go ahead and slide into some college basketball. And once again, I'm neglecting the small school tourney. I'm not diving into it. I'm not doing it. Maybe tomorrow I will, maybe Sunday. But today, not so much. I'm covering 2 games in college basketball, and it is going to be Minnesota at Maryland, 7 o'clock tip-off at the Terrapins. Let's just cue that up here on the board. Maryland open -7.5, total 135.5. I don't understand this movement. We're actually seeing a fade of Maryland when it comes to the spread. We're also seeing movement downward on the total. So if you can explain the Maryland fade to me in the comments section below, I greatly appreciate it. But once again, Maryland -7, total move down to 135. The Terrapins open 7.5, down to -7, total open 135.5, down to 135. 66% of the consensus is leaning toward the Terrapins. 82% of the consensus is shaded toward the under. Right now for Minnesota, Michael Hurt is hurt with a groin. No, seriously, Michael Hurt is questionable with a groin injury, popped a testicle. Marcus Carr is also listed as out for Minnesota. Eric Curry, obviously, out for the season. Minnesota ranks 252nd in road scoring. They're scoring just 61 points per contest in that category there. They also rank 236th in the nation in field goal percentage on the road. They're shooting just 40% from the field when traveling. Minnesota also dropped 6 out of their last 9. They're 2-8 straight up in their games away from home. And they're covering just 38% of their games after 4 or less days off. Now, Maryland, on the other side of things, they're covering 75% of their games that tipped off at the current point spread. They're also a perfect 6-0 ATS, taking on teams between 500 and 650. Maryland ranks 19th in college basketball in offensive rebounding. They also rank 8th in home defensive rebounding. So that ball hits the rim, hits the backboard, and it's coming down. Chances are Maryland's going to grab it. Total-wise, the Terrapins 3-0 to the over in their last 3. 60% to the over in their games at home, taking on teams allowing 67 to 72 points per contest. Yes, I know, very bizarre stat, but it's important. Give me Maryland -7 and the over 135 in that matchup there. All right, next and final game for our college slate. Sorry, guys, just 2 games, but certainly 2 games of interest. And this next one's going to be Miami at Virginia Tech, 7 o'clock tip-off in that matchup there. The Hokies open -11, total 135. I'm sorry. Let's try that again. Hokies open -11, total 133.5. And since those markets opened this one up, we're seeing a slight fade of the Hokies when it comes to the spread. We're also seeing movement upward on the total. That line moved up to 134.5. Spread moved down to 10.5. So once again, Virginia Tech open -11, down to -10.5. Total open 133.5, up to 134 and a hook. 64% of the consensus is leaning toward Virginia Tech. Now the Hokies are 13-2 straight up on their home court, 62% against the spread as the favorite. They rank 9th in college basketball in 3-point shooting. They're shooting 39.3% from beyond the arc. Virginia Tech ranks 7th in points allowed at home. They're giving up just 59 points on their home court. They also rank 6th in home defensive rebounding. Now Miami, they rank 236th in road offensive rebounding. They also rank 206th in road defensive rebounding. Miami's just 13-16 straight up overall for the year. They're covering just 33% of their games when traveling. Now, total-wise, Miami's 60% to the over, taking on teams allowing less than 67 points per contest. They're also 5-2 to the over in their last 7. Virginia Tech, 7-3 to the over in their last 10. 7-2 to the over after 4 or less days off. Give me Virginia Tech -10.5 and the over 134 and a hook in that matchup there. All right, next and final slate